Have you ever caught yourself staring at an old photograph, one where everyone's smiling, but deep down you remember the hidden tensions bubbling just beneath the surface? It's that kind of quiet mystery that makes you wonder, who in your circle right now might be wearing a mask, hiding intentions that could unravel your world without a single shout. Let me pull you in closer, friend, because today I'm going to share insights from Dr. Benjamin Cole, a brilliant American psychologist who spent his life peering into the hidden corners of the human soul. He didn't just analyze thoughts. He uncovered the shadows people cast, revealing that the most perilous folks aren't the ones yelling in your face. They're the ones who slip in softly, with a warm grin and a helping hand, only to erode your spirit, bit by bit. Picture this. You're going about your day, feeling connected to those around you. But Dr. Cole warned us that trust isn't always what it seems. These individuals don't storm in with anger or betrayal. They whisper their way into your heart, using charm and subtlety to manipulate from the inside. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? To think that someone you care about could be dismantling your confidence without you even noticing. Dr. Cole dedicated his career to understanding not just the face we show the world, but the darker side we all hide. The shadow, he called it. People don't reveal their true selves right away. They present whatever version they think will win you over. And if you're not paying attention, you might pour your heart, your time, your very essence into someone who was never truly safe. That's why Dr. Cole outlined 6 distinct patterns, 6 deceptive personas that seem so innocent at first glance, but can leave you emotionally shattered if you don't wake up to them. These aren't villains from a movie. They're everyday people who blend right in, and spotting them requires tuning into your own intuition. Let's dive in together, step by step. And I'll paint these pictures vividly so you can feel the weight of what he meant. We'll start with the first one, the perpetual sufferer. Imagine meeting someone like Emily, always wrapped in a cloak of misfortune. She's the friend who calls you late at night, voice trembling, recounting how yet another person has wronged her. Her boss overlooked her again. Her partner didn't appreciate her efforts. Even the barista got her order wrong, and it ruined her day. At first, your heart aches for her. You listen, you console, you offer advice, maybe even step in to help fix things. It feels good to be that supportive presence, doesn't it? But Dr. Cole saw through this facade with piercing clarity. These perpetual sufferers, he explained, are masters of evasion. They never own up to their part in anything. It's always external forces at play, always someone else's fault. Think about how that plays out in real life. Emily might say something like, "I can't believe my sister borrowed money and didn't pay me back. Why does this always happen to me?" And you, feeling that pull of empathy, jump in with, "Oh, that's awful. Let me talk to her for you." But over time, you realize you're not just helping. You're carrying her entire emotional load. Dr. Cole described this as a deep-seated manipulation hidden behind a veil of helplessness. By positioning themselves as eternal victims, they dodge accountability, never needing to face their own flaws or grow from their mistakes. Their pain becomes a tool, a subtle guilt trip that turns your compassion into a binding obligation. It can be challenging for your personal energy when individuals may not be ready for significant personal growth. Sometimes their comfort comes from receiving attention, which can impact your well-being. These interactions might involve certain behavioral patterns that resist change, making evolution feel challenging. To adapt would mean letting go of a familiar way of interacting. If you remain too deeply involved, you might start to question your own boundaries or feel a responsibility to someone else's situation. This can gradually affect your confidence and energy. A helpful approach is to gently create space and protect your peace, because continued close involvement can maintain a dynamic that is unsupportive of your own progress. Now, let's consider a second type of interaction that is also frequently observed: the mirroring connection. Dr. Cole referred to this as reflecting back what you hope to see, where someone seems to perfectly understand your aspirations. Consider someone like Alex, who appears to be an agreeable companion. He readily affirms your perspectives and offers abundant praise, creating a strong sense of validation. "You're so talented," he says with admiration. "I've never met anyone as inspiring as you." It feels like you've found a deeply understanding companion, someone who connects with you on a significant level. But as weeks turn into months, a nagging doubt creeps in. Who is Alex, really? You realize you know next to nothing about his own dreams, his fears, his core beliefs. He's not sharing. He's reflecting. Dr. Cole wrote extensively about how some people over-identify with this adaptable facade, keeping their true self locked away, safe from scrutiny or vulnerability. The flattering echo builds trust by mimicking you, but there's no real substance behind it, no steady principles, no genuine loyalty. They're devoted only to the validation you provide, and the moment that dries up, maybe you disagree or pull back, they evaporate like mist. Or worse, they lash out in ways that leave you reeling. It's a heart-breaking betrayal, isn't it? To realize you weren't connecting with a person, but with a performance tailored just for you. Dr. Cole likened trusting them to grasping at fog, elusive, and ultimately empty. I remember a story from one of his case studies, anonymized, of course, about a young artist who befriended someone just like this. She poured her heart into the friendship, only to find her ideas borrowed and claimed as original by her so-called supporter. The emotional toll was immense, leaving her doubting her own creativity. If you've ever felt that sting, know that Dr. Cole urged us to seek depth over dazzle, to build bonds with those who show up authentically, flaws and all. Moving on to the third, the subtle underminer. This one's tricky because they don't come at you with direct confrontation. It's all in the nuances. Picture Sarah, a colleague or neighbor who listens patiently as you excitedly share your big plans, maybe starting a new business or training for a marathon. She smiles, nods, and then slips in a comment like, "That sounds really bold. I just hope you're prepared for the setbacks. I'd hate to see you get hurt." Or, "You're so courageous to chase that dream. I could never handle the risk of it all falling apart." On the surface, it masquerades as caring advice. But feel that undercurrent? It's doubt disguised as concern. Dr. Cole described this as the concealed shadow of the apparent helper, where they erode your self-belief through veiled suggestions rather than outright attacks. They frame hesitation as wisdom, fear as practicality, and criticism as thoughtful insight. It's insidious, friend, because before you know it, their words seep into your mind, making you second-guess your ambitions. You start adopting their limitations as your own, shrinking back from opportunities. Dr. Cole believed these underminers are driven by a fear of irrelevance. If you soar without them, their quiet hold on you crumbles. It's like they're clipping your wings under the guise of protection, ensuring you never outshine or outgrow their influence. I can almost feel the frustration building in you as I describe this, because we've all encountered a Sarah in our lives. Maybe it was that family member who supported your career change, but always highlighted the realistic pitfalls, leaving you deflated. The emotional weight is heavy. It chips away at your joy, turning excitement into anxiety. Dr. Cole's insight here is powerful. Recognize this pattern early and reclaim your confidence by surrounding yourself with true encouragers who celebrate your flight, not hinder it. And now we come to the fourth, the covert rival. This person doesn't broadcast their competition. It's all undercover. Let's say you have a friend named Jordan who cheers you on when you land a promotion or finish a creative project. "That's amazing," he exclaims, clapping you on the back. But then, almost immediately, he pivots. "Reminds me of when I got that big deal last year. It was even tougher. But I pulled through." Or he downplays your achievement with a casual, "Yeah, that's great. But have you heard about my latest venture? It's going to be huge." Dr. Cole attributed this to an unconscious sense of inadequacy, where the rival doesn't outright despise you, but resents the mirror you hold up to their own shortcomings. Instead of confronting and growing from that discomfort, they engage in secret one-upmanship, copying your style, offering compliments laced with envy, or only truly praising you when they feel superior. You sense it in the air, that subtle tension, the forced enthusiasm. And the real gut punch? When you stumble, they secretly relish it, masking relief with false concern. "I had a feeling this might not work out. I tried to hint at it." It tugs at your heartstrings, doesn't it? To invest in someone who views you as an opponent rather than an ally. Dr. Cole's words ring true. Never place faith in those who can't genuinely applaud your victories when the spotlight isn't on them. I think of a tale from his writings about two aspiring writers in a support group. One subtly undermined the other's successes, leading to a painful fallout that left the victim questioning every friendship. The lesson? Foster relationships with teammates who lift you up unconditionally, not those lurking to pull you down. We've uncovered 4 so far, each more elusive and emotionally taxing than the last. But hold on, friend. There are 2 more that Dr. Cole considered the sneakiest of all, because they cloak their control in wisdom and empathy. These types emerge from unresolved pains and unexamined shadows, often rooted in early life experiences that left them fractured. They don't overpower you with aggression. They ensnare you through your desires for understanding and connection. Let's press on and shine a light on them. The 5th, the enlightened egoist. This is someone like Rebecca, who positions herself as a beacon of wisdom, calm, insightful, spouting quotes from great thinkers, talking about personal growth, inner peace, and self-awareness. She speaks in soft tones, avoiding drama, claiming to be beyond petty conflicts. "I've done the work," she might say, with a serene smile. But Dr. Cole saw this as a fractured mind, where the surface clings to a superior spiritual image, while the hidden shadow seeps out in judgments and manipulations. The danger lies in how they wield this persona. When you challenge Rebecca, she doesn't fight back. She reframes it. That reaction seems like an unresolved issue for you. I'm just offering space. It's not on me to handle your projections. You might need to explore that inner turmoil. It sounds profound, but it's a clever deflection, invalidating your feelings and positioning her as eternally wiser. You end up feeling immature, reactive, always one step behind. Dr. Cole warned that these enlightened egoists haven't transcended their egos. They've merely dressed them up in lofty concepts, using them to maintain dominance. Oh, the emotional isolation this creates. It's like being trapped in a hall of mirrors where your every concern reflects back as your own failing. Dr. Cole emphasized that they crave admirers, not peers, authority, not mutual healing. If you lean on them for guidance, they keep you dependent, small, forever seeking their enlightened approval. I recall a poignant example from his notes. A young seeker who joined a wellness group led by such a figure, only to emerge years later, stripped of confidence, realizing the guru was more interested in control than true empowerment. Break free, friend, by trusting your own inner voice over their polished facade. Finally, the sixth, the sensitive dominator. Dr. Cole delved deep into how people project their inner turmoil onto others, and this type exemplifies it perfectly. Meet someone like Tyler, who claims to be incredibly attuned to emotions. He picks up on every vibe, every unspoken word, tearing up at your stories and offering profound comfort. I feel your pain so deeply, he says, making you feel truly understood for the first time. At the outset, it's magical, like finding a kindred spirit. But slowly, the dynamic shifts. You find yourself tiptoeing around topics, softening your words to avoid overwhelming him. Your frustration really disrupts my energy, he might confess, eyes welling up, leaving you feeling guilty for simply being honest. Before long, you're not expressing freely. You're managing his sensitivities, convinced that his emotional storms are somehow your doing. Dr. Cole cautioned that many who boast of high empathy are actually externalizing their unhealed wounds, demanding the world adapt to their chaos syzygy. It's a toxic form of control, where their fragility becomes your cage. They don't seek genuine connection. They want a shield from discomfort, at the cost of your authenticity. When you inevitably fail to protect them, you're labeled insensitive, and their breakdowns become your cross to bear. The heartache here is profound. You lose pieces of yourself trying to stabilize someone who won't stabilize themselves. Dr. Cole advised walking away firmly, because this isn't love. It's surrender. You didn't cause their chaos. You just wandered too near it. By reclaiming your space, you honor your own emotional health. Now, with all six laid bare, the perpetual sufferer, the flattering echo, the subtle underminer, the covert rival, the enlightened egoist, and the sensitive dominator. You might wonder why such patterns persist. Dr. Cole's response was stark. These souls have never confronted their shadows, so they foist them onto you. They evade their manipulations, projecting them outward. They deny their control issues, masking them as care. They shirk responsibility for their hurts, making them yours to mend. They're not uncommon. They lurk in friendships, workplaces, even families, flourishing where boundaries are weak. Dr. Cole's shield? Heightened self-awareness to pierce the veils, discern the unspoken, and disengage before damage demands evidence. Once seen, they can't be unseen. But let's go deeper, friend, because recognizing them is just the start. The real transformation comes in understanding why you draw them in and how to fortify yourself against them forever. You see, Dr. Cole taught that we magnetize what we haven't yet embraced within. If manipulators keep appearing, perhaps you're still shying from your own power. If victims surround you, maybe you derive worth from being indispensable. If echoes betray you, you might prioritize applause over inner truth. This isn't about blame. It's an invitation to wholeness. Dr. Cole emphasized the shadow as the repository of all we've suppressed, the too much traits society deemed unacceptable. In burying them, we dulled our defenses. Repressed anger invites disrespect. Ignored intuition overlooks warnings. Forsaken self-guard lets in the devourers. He didn't advocate hardness, but integration. Acknowledging that your kindness has limits, your trust must be earned. Not everyone merits your openness, especially the unaware who repeat old cycles without growth. They adapt words, not ways, and without valuing your alignment over superficial peace, you'll keep yielding to the unyielding. So, what now? If these words stir something raw in you, embrace it. That's awakening. You're weary of being pliable, of craving approval, or the fixer role. Here's your path forward, step by compassionate step. First, survey your relationships. Ask yourself, who leaves me depleted? Who muddles my clarity? Who demands endless justifications for basic respect? If decency requires essays, they're not perplexed. They're evading. Release them quietly, without remorse. Dr. Cole viewed such detachment as profound awareness, not animosity, but self-preservation over false harmony. Second, invite your shadow to the table. Abandon perfection's chase. Voice your no's, embrace righteous anger, probe motives unapologetically. Your shadow isn't malevolent. It's your sentinel, recalling your essence amid gaslighting. As Dr. Cole poetically put it, enlightenment comes not from envisioning light, but from illuminating the dark. Cultivate the strength to depart, to boundary, to declare, this ends here for me. Third, cease the explanations. True allies sense and honor your limits without debate. The harmful ones? They'll probe, guilt, recast you as villain. Allow it. Dr. Cole didn't preach converting the oblivious. He championed rooting so deeply in self that their disarray can't deter you. Fourth, heed your initial instincts. That fleeting unease, that gut twinge, that energy dip wasn't fancy. It was your depths decoding before your thoughts aligned. Those Dr. Cole flagged arrive not with alarms, but allure, compliments, tales of woe, promises of synergy and openness. Yet truth emerges in time, so position yourself distant enough that revelations cost you naught. In closing, Dr. Benjamin Cole sought not to instill worldly dread, but to liberate you from fearing your wisdom. Integrate more shadow, and fewer toxins approach. Not from seclusion, but because your aura denies them access. You halt the apologies, the rescues, the validations of your worth. Silently, you evolve into the unbreakable, alert, complete, impervious to deceit.